Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Openonu Go call. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared live on YouTube. So please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share. So first of all, we have completed both in terms of features and testing the insertion of the unknown MEs. There was the final patch from Theo and the testing from Torsten, and I believe we can call this topic done, unless Torsten or Holger, you have something more that needs to be done in your opinion.
From my side, not. It's everything fine.
Okay, there would be only one story, but because I wrote a low prior story for Chip to insert the unknown attribute handling also in GET responses. Once this story is finished, then actually the BBSim should also support this, but I don't know if we already want to set up the story for the BBSim or wait until the feature is ready.
I would say let's wait until the feature is ready.
Okay.
Okay, good, perfect. Then that is done. The next thing I wanted to talk about is one thing that is not entirely related to technical elements, but yesterday at TST, the TST agreed that we should expand the number of people that have +2 merge access. And the idea was that we create what we call the core contributors group. And that core contributors group is people that have shown proficiency in knowledge in Volta and in how things work, and have done good code reviews and have helped the community. And the idea is that these set of folks achieve a +2 merge capability and on the different repositories within Volta. So within part of this group, I took the liberty of suggesting to the TST Holger, Michael, and Torsten somewhere here, and also Chip, and Odzge as well. I think yes. So the TST approved this list given the great contribution that you guys have made. So I am working with Zach to put in place the permissions, and you will have the capability to merge your own code. What that means is that with great power comes great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility. So you will have that power, but you should not do it. There is a few elements on guidelines on how we expect the review to happen, even if you can merge your own review with a 2+1s, pass of the CI, and the per patch verification keywords and things like that. So first of all, congratulations to all of you that got nominated for this and got approved. That's great. And be aware of that it's going to change a little bit to get it view, because you will have the +2 now and also the merge capabilities. And I will maybe check with you guys in a couple of days to make sure that you do actually have those possibility. But please do keep in mind these guidelines. Any questions?
Thanks for the hour. That was the honor.
No problem. No. I mean, you guys have made great contributions. And the expectation is obviously that, for example, Torsten doesn't go ahead and merge something on the core, or you don't go ahead and merge something on Onos, which you don't know anything about. But the idea is that these, even in the page, I have divided them by area of expertise. You will get a +2 on everything, but the area of expertise is really what you should focus on. And we'll also still be at ONF, will be an all over the code base experts. Any other question? Any other comment on this? please go through the page. I put it there. If you have any comments, feel free to put them on, and I will make sure to address them.
Yeah, one of the things we forgot was a VoltaLib Go library, but that could probably be covered by the all group.
Yeah, I didn't put it
Okay.
here. That's a good point. All of the code base, but everybody will have the +2 on that.
Okay.
And also it encompasses so many different things, and it touches so many different components that kind of everybody can do it if it touches what it needs for its component. So, for example, if we make a change for the protos that touch the Openonu, that maybe Holger and Michael can, or you can merge those things. But if we touch something that touches, I don't know, the core API on the northbound, and maybe you don't know too much about it, you just don't do it. Okay, good. That was just an update from my side, and we can actually also consider it done. So there is a few things that were pointed out to me by Torsten and Michael in terms of Jiras that they were not sure what the status of was. I did actually open a few more, as you can see here, and we can go through them. But the first one is the support of MIB data sync audit via voltctl commands. So do we think this is needed? Holger, can you give me some context on this?
Yeah, currently we are only able to enable the MIB audit for the whole set of ONUs, and also all ONUs with the same interval. And the idea behind this story was to be able to configure different intervals via vault control, and also to control MIB audit only for a certain set of ONUs, because probably some of the connected ONUs do not support MIB audit. But actually, Andreas, it's up to you to decide if you want to spend this effort, or if it would be okay until we do not get any further requests from the customer to keep the central approach that you can enable the MIB audit or disable it for all ONUs, and also with the same interval for all.
Yeah, so I think we can avoid this for now. Let me explain a little bit my reasoning. The first one is that, yes, it is true that this might be a little bit restrictive, what we have right now, because we don't have that general approach of every single ONU can be changed, but you have one element for every ONU. But also, I don't particularly like the fact that you would have to expose to the Volta protos some ONU specific element, and you would have to go through the core to set these parameters. It's not something that I would do. We could look at no, it's not something that I would do. So I would say, unless the requirement comes, we can skip this. I will leave it there. What I can do is I can comment on this and say, unless requirement comes from the operators, this will not be done.
Okay, that's okay for me.
Okay. The next one was 3050. And the OMCI test messages. That it's the only thing we implement OMCI test and performance supervision and notification. This is a quite old one. I actually don't know where it came from. I opened it, but it probably something that we discussed at some point during our calls, but never got to fruition. So I don't know what's the expectation out of this.
Actually, we already have OMCI test messages only, also supporting alarm notification, for example. The only thing we are not sure about was OMCI performance supervision. I don't know. Chip, can you imagine something under this topic?
Yeah, I think the original one for OMCI test messages was related to the test on the ANI-G. It was needed for some of the metrics that I guess were reported, like power level or something along those lines. And there's a lot of other OMCI test messages, but they're very, very specific to certain functionality. There hasn't been a request for any threshold alarms yet. And typically people don't really do threshold alarming that much. In PON, it's more of a burden than benefit. So
do you mean some kind of proactive approach apart from alarms to supervise the own use, right?
Yes, yeah, I mean, yeah. I think the test messages were just mainly, they're there to, I guess maybe it's turn up or troubleshooting, but Volta only uses it for, you know, like I mentioned, optical power, a specific optical power measurement. But,
so if you guys want my opinion, we can probably close this with no action. No further action needed.
Yeah, that's a good one for an operator, really, to provide a good use case for it, because, you know, like I mentioned, the test messages are very specific and hard. I mean, I've formatted, some of them are already formatted in the OMCI Web Go that we need, but the other ones would require additional work. So really need a test case or a use case for it.
Done. I'm going to close it with a window.
It's already done, by the way. So the self-test message for ANI-G is complete.
Yes, so okay, fine. So this is another one I had no idea about. And we said we postponed it after 2.6. We're at 2.9 and we've not yet done this. So Holger, do you have a recollection of all of this? I do believe we do have these set of things.
Yeah, actually, we have done a lot in this area. Concerning supervision. Probably this is a more general approach or general issue here, which I think is covered now by several other tasks we have already done.
Good. I think the PM metrics are done.
Yeah, metrics are done, but specifically is this talking about something? When was this created?
2020, it was last updated July. It says see discussion of a new goal of July. Well, I'll see the discussion and see what we need to do. Bulk traffic flow setup delete with the coding VLAN configuration. I believe this can be skipped because it's a flow update flows bulk, which we don't use and not gonna touch for now. So I believe skip.
Are you planning to use this update flow bulk message in the future or not?
Not
No.
right now. It's not on the roadmap, so I would say resolve won't. So we said that the benefit of this one would be low. Can we just say we can close this?
Actually, we had in former we had some issues with parallel accessing of state machines to the OMC channel, but as I said, we had a lot of synchronization tasks to decouple the machines, and I think it's not necessary anymore to spend more effort here. It's rather old, not nearly 2 years. The story.
Yep. Okay. I believe also this is done. So I was asking Ken, he did the work. I believe this is done. This is not done. And there was some talk from Bjorn at a certain point about this WRR scheduling. To me, we leave this open.
Yeah, we can leave this open.
This one?
Actually, currently the MIP audit is only based on the MDS counter, and this was a story to proactive check the configuration of the ONU from the adapter and see if, regardless of the correct MDS counter, we have some divergence in the configuration. But I think you was not so enthusiastic about this. I don't know. It would be some effort.
Yeah, I think we can skip it. No, I think we can leave it there, but unless it's needed, I don't think we particularly need this. So very minor priority.
I think Ship would have a different opinion, I think.
Well, it depends. I mean, it could always even be something that was done on operator demand in the future if they wanted.
Okay.
You know, I know I have a XGS bond service into my home, and I can tell you that they don't do periodic bib audit updates.
Okay.
Because, that's the benefit of having an MT2 at home.
I think also the MDS check itself is not implemented everywhere, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the ONUs.
I see.
They have definitely gotten better since XGS first came out.
Okay.
There's some stinkers out there.
Yeah, let's see.
This is kind of the same family.
Yeah, the same. Yeah. One is I think during normal. What was reconciling, and the other was periodic check at all. Currently, the decision to make a new provisioning for the ONU is based on the MDS counter only. Yeah, it's the same category, I think.
Can we set the priority in the story itself, Andrea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This I have no idea about.
I think there was an inconsistent configuration from the ONU, and the ONU adapter has taken it and configured it, but it would not work, I think. I think that is some kind of a plausibility check which is missing for what about or where does it come from, this configuration? Wrong Fttb setting. Okay. That means that the ONU reported wrong capabilities, but we do not report it, and it was configured anyway.
And that seems to be the case here. I mean, the priority queues for one direction were not reported, but still everything worked fine. I don't know how that is. I mean, I don't know if that is still the case, but that's what this story seems to suggest.
We haven't seen that for a long time, I think, no?
Yeah, I think we can close this, Andrea.
Yeah, that would be. I was reading again it, and yeah.
Unless someone sees this and reports a bug, just
yeah. Do we still have software update announcements? I believe these were done, or very low priority. We can leave it a low priority and just leave it there. Fine. Okay, fine. Is this true? Because if it is, we need to update it in priority.
Thorsten, do we have a duplicate here? Because I thought we put it on a list that we want to test this, right? Thorsten?
You're muted, Thorsten, if you're trying to speak.
Sorry, yes, I was muted. Yes, we have it on our list to check it again, Holger.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's why because this list we are going through now contains all the points. Or only the ones we said that would be necessary that Andrea will have a look at it.
Okay, so this is on your list. You're checking it. So I should put it into 2.10. I think we should put it into 2.10.
Yeah, I can try to reproduce it in our testbed.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think.
Or we have to implement HTTPS server and BBSIM.
Sure. Try and reproduce it, and then we can see what we can do. Okay?
Okay. Yes, of course.
Thanks. Okay. I would say this, do when if needed, very low priority. We can leave it like that, right?
Can you show us the title again?
Oops.
This was about removing previously used images, right? Yeah. Do we have an issue with memory in the containers at all?
So not at the moment, especially for this amount of memory, which should not be in an issue. I just don't want this to grow too much, but I don't think it's an issue. Low priority, we can leave it open, done when needed. Okay. This was a little bit more interesting. We still did say that do it only if the case arises for an ONU and it's reported by the operators. I just wanted to check that we did not do this in any of our optimization, and I forgot about it. I did not forget about it. This is yet to be done, right?
Actually, but was only seen once where the ONU had a faulty image or a test image on it, and we came into a situation where we are not able to upgrade with the commands again, or I had an inconsistent state. But I've never seen it again.
Okay, so you think we can close it? What is your take?
Yeah.
However, can you check it at your testbed?
No.
No.
I don't want to check it. I don't want to make my ONU explode.
I don't want to expose my ONU to a faulty load. I just try to remember how we got out of this situation. I think
reboot, probably a reboot.
Yeah, could be, yeah. So
close this unless it's reported again.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Managed to do them. That's nice. That's good. Okay. On the Fttb patches, there is the patch that Abhilash updated. Now I've made it the test with the OLT Onos app changes that he made. There was one small issue that Girish found out in the TT scenario. He uploaded another patch for that. And so Girish is going to test again today. And if everything goes right, this is going to go in later today. So that should be done and good to go. Anything on this topic, on this one?
And general question, were there changes in BBSIM done for the FTTB?
Yes, it's all done.
It's all
there
done.
is there is a test from Hardik if you're interested. We actually merged the test.
I reviewed the patch from Hardik, and I'm wondering how he could test with BBSIM. I didn't saw the
done.
I didn't see the changes in BBSIM, so that's therefore was my question. So it's okay when it's done. Fine, great.
Yeah. And we will most likely try to set this up in Berlin with an actual DPU to do some testing, most likely connected to your OLT. I will have to see because of you don't have this latest software, so we'll have to see on which OLT we plug it. But we plug the DPU, but we are planning to do the DPU testing in Berlin for this physical hardware testing.
Nice. Will you use in 516 the DPU from Atran, or what you use?
So I know it is an Atran DPU. Give me 1 second, and I will try and find the model. It was shared with me by Bjorn. Which model we're gonna use? Give me 1 second.
Probably 516.
No, it says 1 DPU Atran and 1 G.fast home gateway. So I will let you know which one it is.
I suppose it's a 516. Yeah. It's not so important.
Actually, possibly not. It's an SDX 2221-16. Fairly
Yeah.
old.
The 16 port DPU.
Okay, but we'll see. I will get an update on this because I will install it on the pod, so I will know exactly what it is. I will share it with you guys. Okay, on the memory leaks, so we put in the test from Hardik. It went in, it's running, but he mentioned that he saw some issues with the Turk Telecom workflow, and that he pinged you, Torsten. Can you give us an update?
Yes, that's right. There were two issues. One with DT workflow, where what was it? Let me check. What did I wrote? Yes, there was Onu run in an error because it was in deletion or in reconciling. And in TT, there were the flows not deleted. I think this is temporary errors. We should watch it tomorrow if it is away, or if it's still there, then we can go in deeper.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I will let you take care of this with Hardik. Okay.
Yes, right. Fine.
Perfect. Okay. On the delete the gem port and voice over IP, Ozgen, do you have any update on these?
Actually, I don't have because I took a new leave last week. Because of that, I didn't work with Mahir. This is not a major issue for us. I just want to do that.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, whenever you have an update, share it with us, and it's okay. Okay.
Actually, also, Zyxel, when you didn't arrive our Istanbul web, because of that, I didn't try POTS.
Okay. We will have to wait for them to ship it then.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Then let's wait for that, and when we have it, we will test.
Okay. I will update you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ozge. Okay, so Holger, you added the support for OMCI extended message format on this list. Can you share more about it? What's up?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if this OMCI extended message format is featured on the list for 2.10. I don't know. You remember what is the status from your side regarding this?
So my remembering is that we did not put it there, but let me check.
Extended message for image update is a to do.
Yes,
somewhere.
Yeah. So that was 2.9. We actually never did the 2.10 prioritization. That was probably my bad. We could move it. We could move it. We could do it for 2.10. If you have the effort and the time, it would be appreciated. Yes.
The problem is that also the BBSIM has to do something for this. For example, there's some switch, for example, in BBSIM that is able to support this protocol. He has to report it on demand, and then there has to be implemented the switching to the extended OMC message format, and also then after switching to this format, BBSIM has to, for example, during MIP upload to send the big messages, not the small ones, the standard ones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
In the Openonu Go adapter, it has to be processed accordingly. And also, then the next step would be to introduce this during software upgrade. My idea was to some kind of two-phase approach. First, to try it, make some play here in the MIP upload area, and then when it is working, also to introduce this in the software upgrade. But okay, I could.
So the approach works for me. I know BBSIM needs some changes. If you can, given that you have the knowledge and based for your approach, would you mind creating the JIRAs for BBSIM as well?
Yeah,
to go in parallel with your approach, and then we can schedule them at ONF accordingly, and we can get this done. I understand, please understand that this is not of the highest priority to us, in the sense that, yes, we need to do it within 2.10, but 2.10 has still some months to go, so we can, we can do it. It's just, it might take a little bit more time, and then like immediately. It will not be addressed immediately, that's what I'm saying.
The 2.10 is addressed for end of June, or when is it addressed?
Yes, end of June.
Scheduled.
Yeah, scheduled for end of June, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to prepare the stories for BBSIM and Openonu Go adapter, okay?
Perfect. Okay. And then
Chip,
I think you can go ahead and start on the Openonu Go adapter. Nothing prevents you to do that. And I think it's actually going to be a good thing that if you do it. And then maybe also looking at what you do with the Openonu Go adapter, we can maybe copy some of it for the BBSIM side support.
Because, okay, for testing, it would also be good to have the BBSIM feature, but let's see how far it gets. Chip,
Yeah,
what is your opinion? Is this support already in the OMC Lib Go for MIP upload and software upgrade?
Yes, it's in there. I'd probably suggest once you turn it on, once you negotiate extended mode support or extended message support, in BBSIM, maybe have it send either an AVC or an alarm message in the extended format, because we don't really know what an ONU does once it knows it can talk extended message set. You know, there's no definition. You know, the ONU doesn't talk the extended message set until the OLT requests it and it supports it. But there's nothing in the standard that says, okay, after that point, how does alarm asynchronous events like alarm messages or AVCs occur?
Do you mean it is not clear if alarm messages are sent in standard or extended format after switching, or?
Yes, it's not defined in the standard. I mean, there's really no need to send those in those asynchronous notifications in extended format. But once again, we don't know what an ONU vendor might do.
Okay.
But that is supported by our decoder. So, you know, it's just whether the alarm handler handles it.
That means he could handle standard as well as extended alarm.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the library does. And I think the way the alarm handler in the Openonu adapter does.
What would you propose? How should BBSim behave when once switch to extended format?
Maybe have it send if it switches to that format, have it always send alarms and notifications. Alarm notifications in the extended format, because that way it behaves like the worst ONU adapter we would expect to see. That will give us a little bit more confidence.
That means once switched, all messages should come in this format, right?
Yeah, just the asynchronous notifications, which is for BBSim, I think it's only the alarms.
I see. Okay.
And then maybe nice to have after software upgrade might be some select Git support. So like the Git of the performance metrics. But
okay, this would be another issue then. Okay, I have to edit.
Yeah, I mean that'd be nice. That would be an improvement overall, but I would put it very, very low. I just wanted to mention it. Because typically, getting 64-bit counters takes 3 frames to do, and you can get it all in one.
Girish, can you estimate how big the effort would be to support extended messages by the performance management implementation?
In BBSim?
Yeah, no, in ONU adapter.
Probably. I have no idea. Probably about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assumption? In my opinion, it should be about 2 to 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. But what do you think, Andrea? Should we also already define the stories for performance management or not?
I think the stories can be defined. The order of the stories are gonna get done in the proper order.
Yeah,
I think that while your head is fresh on the topic, might as well go ahead and define them, and then we go ahead and implement them when we actually feel ready.
Yeah, and you might just label it as Git next support, because if the Git and Git next support handles extended messages, then the users who want to do a Git or Git next can support it later as needed, if that makes sense.
The question, would we see any Get next messages when we are in extended format, because this extended format is so big that everything should be fit in it, right?
Well, Git next is used for table upload.
Okay.
So if you had large, you had an MDU, and you want to do I guess Git next is probably a little bit lower, but just the general Git would be nice.
Okay. That means we would have 4 areas: the MIP upload, the software upgrade, the performance management, and also the five different alarms.
Well, actually, yeah, the performance monitoring makes use of the Git operation message type. So if you had a Git message type that could request an extended frame and return it to the caller, then performance monitoring or anybody else could make use of it in the future.
And we have also the topic for Get next support for table upload.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of areas. Okay, see.
Yeah. And then each has diminishing benefits, but getting traffic off the OMCI channel is always a good thing to do.
Okay, I will define the appropriate stories for this.
Sounds good. Perfect. Okay. Then if you have anything, just feel free to ping me, and we can go ahead and check on a per need basis. We can also check maybe with Theo or with Elia when this might happen on the BBC side. Again, no promises. We will see.
I see.
Okay. Okay. Anything else on this front that we need to discuss, or we can proceed?
I think we can proceed.
Okay, so I think the only remaining topic is the testing side of things. Torsten, what's going on? Is there anything we should be aware of from a working perspective?
Currently, I think I have to support Hardik with a memory leak. In the meanwhile, I take a look. It's always the same, so I will start tomorrow with deeper analysis, and then we will see the pipelines and generally runs good. So
Great. Perfect.
Yes, it's fine at the moment.
Okay. One question I had for you. So some time ago, you reported that an increase in stale data in ONOS. Are you still seeing that or not?
This week, not.
Okay, because we did move to a newer version of ONOS, and I just wanted to see if there was, if that was, let's say, the result of the move, or the move actually did a benefit for this. So from what you're telling me, the move was actually beneficial to this.
It looks so, but I will keep an eye on it. It was a time there we didn't have the issue, and then it increases suddenly, and next week I will know more.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Sounds good.
We can take it as a point here that we don't forget it.
Right. And if you great, and if you happen to see an OF agent issue in any of your analysis, don't worry about that one because it's fixed. I just need to release the Volta ONOS image. It's just an update, and it will be done in the upcoming day or so. I'm actually waiting for the Fttb patch to be done on the OLT app, so I can merge that one and just do one release of the image with both my fix and the back and the FTB changes. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Good. Anything else we need to discuss? Yes, this one. There is a patch up from Holger that removes some of those useless elements that were present in the MIB, like we discussed last week. I did trigger the hardware tests on it, and it failed them, but my thinking is that it's not related to the patch, and actually the pod is not in the best shape ever. And I noticed it failed the hardware test also on a patch from Girish. So maybe Girish, you can give us some comments on that. You know anything more about the Tucson pod?
Yeah, it's been quite unstable. It's been failing like 4 to 5 times in a row on my patch, and the failure. There was an actual bug which I did fix, but then it just fails randomly during log collection and in some unrelated reasons that I'm unable to comprehend. I'll take a deeper look today, but don't worry too much if you think it's unrelated to your patch.
I also think so, because I am actually I only removed some redundant data, and I also made the test. I uploaded the new modified MIP template to the etcd, and then brought up ONUs without MIP upload, and it works in my test. So I suppose that this has a different. The failures have a different reason.
Yeah, you're in the
That's
same boat
fine.
as me. So let
Yeah,
me investigate
I
today. And if I'm unable to get the pod in shape, and if your patch needs to merge urgently, I mean, just recheck, and that'll just run the BBSim test, and you could go ahead and merge while we continue to investigate.
I did that, Girish. So that the patch is actually rechecked, and it has a +1 from Jenkins now. If it looks good to you, I think you can just go ahead and merge it yourself.
Okay, sounds good.
Andrea, perhaps you could.
Yes.
I think you have a patch, a scale test where you copy the MIP template to the etcd, and then bring up 1024 or 4K ONUs, right?
Yes, we do have that scale test. Do you want me to run it with this patch?
Yeah, that would be a
okay. Then wait
proof.
before merging. Yes. Let me do that.
This test is not running regularly, right? Or
it is nightly.
Okay.
Forget about the 10 stacks. This is the hardware for those 10 stacks is so bad. But everything here, it runs with MIB template. In particular, the one we found out about the MIB template issue was this one. Yeah, and what I could do is actually, I could just do this. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Should be capable of doing this. No, we don't have the support for that change. In any case, I'll trigger it.
Okay.
I'll trigger this one and put the with MIB template here. All of the rest also run with the MIB template, but yeah, I'll run this one.
Okay, because I also changed this one, the special MIB template for one UNI.
Yes.
I haven't tested this.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay, then thanks a lot for joining, everybody, and we'll talk again next week. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.